Hey there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Ben Olson, that's Nathan Fox. We're the founders of LSATdemon.com and our weekly podcast, Thinking LSAT. We have an email here from your fan, Katherine.
Katherine wrote in with a follow-up to episode 641 on avoiding test anxiety. In that episode, we made two big recommendations for Katherine. One, don't pin all your hopes on a single test. Two, don't register until you're perfect in logic games. Katherine says, I'm feeling pretty stuck in games right now. I used to go to game of the day classes daily, among other classes. I've watched all the lessons on the games and I drill often. However, my tendency to make careless mistakes actually increased recently, while it seems that I haven't improved much in solving the more difficult rated 4 or 5 games. I noticed that I didn't get better at solving the games I previously had problems with. I noticed that I did get better at solving the games I previously had problems with, but this doesn't mean much to me since I did those games multiple times. Do you have any suggestions about what my next study plan should look like? Is there any specific class that might be good for me? I used to study full time. I wake up, study LSAT for 8 distracted hours, deal with anxiety, laugh at memes, go to bed, and repeat. Now I realize it's actually not a good idea, so I went back to work this month. Best regards, your fan, Katherine.
Great. We'll see what happens with this new schedule. I'm optimistic about 1 to 2 hours of focused LSAT study for you. That might be the key.
Yeah.
8 distracted hours? That sounds miserable.
I would encourage you to brush up on your fundamentals. I know that you said you think you're struggling with the, rated 4 or 5 games, but if you're making careless mistakes, I think you need to go back to basics. I think you need to really brush up on your fundamentals. LSAT Demon teacher Chris recently revamped our offerings in logic games fundamentals. And it's focusing now more on a worlds-based approach. That class used to kind of be organized around games types, which I don't think that's a very useful way to start teaching games. I'd rather teach the approach, which is to, learn about the world or worlds we're living in for the purposes of that particular little game. And so I might try that. I like the idea of going to game of the day. If you like game of the day, although maybe it doesn't work now that you're working again. So maybe you can't do that. What else do you think Katherine should be doing during her now a little more limited, but hopefully focused study time?
I would just say when you're reviewing, make sure you're doing as much of the review on your own as you can. Like, don't just sit back and watch the video. Start the video, get a sense of where you should go, and then try to do the game from there. And then as soon as you hit a wall, look at the video, get some more tips, and then pick up the ball again and just keep going with it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to go to our fundamentals classes for logic games, I think you maybe want to do the games ahead of time. Like, do the game on your own. Then go to class and see how Chris would recommend approaching the game, or see what kind of discussion pops up about how different people approach the game in different ways. Or maybe if Chris gives ample time to work on the game in class, then that maybe you don't need to do it as homework. But I think that Ben's point is valid here, that you do need to be, you can't just be sitting back and learning about it like you're watching a show. You have to be actually doing it in order to be sure that you're learning something.
Great.
I think that's all I got for Katherine.
Thanks for writing in. Email daily at LSATdemon.com if you'd like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or Law School Admissions news. Thanks for listening.